and welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review for No Place for Peace by Tom Dumbrell. Now this book is the second in a trilogy called the Pillars of Peace series, and I have got my review up for the first book, which was called The Look of a King, so I'll leave that link down below so you can check it out. But I really adored that first book, so I knew as soon as this came out that I wanted to give it a go and see what I thought of it, so I'm here to share my thoughts with you today. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to say a lot about the plot because you would need to know what happened in the first book for me to not spoil it for you. But basically we are following our main character Cyrus, who was also the main character in the first book. So we're still following him and what has happened now that he's gained the information he gained from the first book and how he's fitting into his new position and his kind of new life and the people that he met along the way. And it also follows him dealing with his fate as well, and the fate of the people that are around him, his loved ones, his friends. So yeah, it's definitely a very character-driven book. I would say the first one is more focused in on the characters, whereas this one is definitely more action-packed. I was shocked at how many action scenes are in this. There's lots of fighting, and there's wars, and there's backstabbing. It was super intense. I feel that the first book really was a brilliant setup for this second one. I know that a lot of time with trilogies you get kind of second book syndrome where the second book or the middle book in a series is just not as good as the first and the last because it's kind of like a filler. This did not feel like that. It was definitely full of stuff that was going on and it's all very important to the storyline and to the character development as well. So that was really great to see. There's also some romance in here. Various different characters, very yearning romance, young romance that spanned over decades of time as well. So that was really good and I feel like it helped with the character development a bit because it has been going on for a little while now. Obviously I won't say who is interested in who, but it has absolutely added to their character and to characters that you wouldn't expect. So yeah, that was really great. Just in general, the character development was incredible and really nice to read. Our villains that are in this story, they have very good reasons why they are the way they are. I know sometimes when you read a book, the villain is just kind of evil for the sake of being evil, or they have reason but it doesn't seem very strong. These characters, these evil people, are more morally grey and then they do have actual reasons why they are the way they are, so that was really good. The main turncloak, we will call them, was very, very interesting to read about and actually one of my favourite characters now, even though they are not a good person. They make all the wrong choices, but they were super fascinating to read about and I feel like they felt very realistic as well. Their reasons seemed like they made sense and yeah, they were just really fun to read about. And our main character Cyrus is one of my favourite characters ever. He's just such a sweetheart and you really can't help but root for him, but he doesn't feel like he's brilliant at everything straight away, which is sometimes what happens in fantasy novels and young adult novels and things like that. Which I would say that this book is accessible to pretty much anyone, teenagers and up. It's very easy to read and it's violent, but it doesn't give you all the gory details, so that's quite nice. But yeah, I think Cyrus is definitely a character that people will be able to relate to or that they will definitely root for. One thing I really appreciated was there was no nonsense when it came to recapping the previous book because you've already read the book. Don't need to be told everything that happens, and when we were told what had happened, it seemed like it fit into the conversation of the two people that were talking about it, or through someone's monologue it was mentioned, but it wasn't spoken about loads and loads, which sometimes I have found with books in the past. Yeah, I appreciated that a lot. And yeah, it was just super fast paced. It was a very, very quick read, a very easy read. And I would absolutely recommend this to anyone that maybe wants to get into fantasy but isn't ready for like dragons and elves and dwarves and all of that. You want something quite light. Definitely check out this trilogy. The third book isn't out yet, but it will be released hopefully soon. I'm not sure when, but Tom wrote this one pretty quickly it seemed. I know it's been in the works for a while, but it's nice that it was released quite soon after the first book. But even if you do like high fantasy, I think that you'll enjoy this. It's kind of like a medieval political story. If you like Game of Thrones, then you'd probably enjoy this as well. There's definitely a lot of tension and a lot of misleading characters, things like that. So it's just really great. I had the best time with it and therefore I would give it a 5-star rating. I definitely would reread this series. I absolutely want to reread the first book already so I can reread the second book. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful. And I really wanted to make a video about this because Tom isn't the biggest author out there. He's doing really well, his books are doing amazingly, but I definitely want to get the word out there more. So I'll leave the link down below for you to go and purchase his books. They're available on Kindle and paperback and hardback. So please, if you're interested in this, go and check them out, go and support him. It's really important to support independent authors. A lot of the times on BookTube and Bookstagram, we talk about these big books that everyone's heard of, and sometimes we forget the people that are trying very hard to get the books out there. And this is such a diamond in the rough. It's such a beautiful book and beautiful series. So yeah, I'm so happy that I read it. I'm so happy that I love it. And I really hope that more people read this and love it just as much as I did. But yeah, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.